What is up, guys? Archon, and I'm here bringing you guys another YouTube video. As you can see, the opening movie has been released for Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is a couple days old. If you guys are looking for the trailer without my commentary over it, I'll link it down below. This is the official PlayStation YouTube channel's version. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. So the game did get delayed a month, and I'm kind of glad it did. I'm glad Square's actually going to put the time and effort in instead of just rushing out a product. Like I said in the last video when I was discussing Final Fantasy VII. It does suck to, have it pushed back almost a month, but at the same time, it's better than them releasing the game and just trying to sell, on name alone. So there's Midgar, we're on the outskirts. We're looking at it from the bird's view. I wonder if this bird's going to have any story relevance or if it's just there for the cinematic. If I had to guess, I'd say probably just cinematic, so you guys can get a bigger overview of Midgar. So I'm wondering if this is a remix on One Winged Angel, maybe? Because if you go listen to One Winged Angel, I think this is the same Latin used in that song. So it is cool to see like everybody, working, having jobs and that, and seeing all the NPCs on the streets, because in the original 7, yeah, you could interact with some people, but there really wasn't a lot of people on the streets. There really wasn't this fleshed out Midgar. It was only like a couple screens that you could interact with. I think Market was the only place really that you could interact with a bunch of people. That and by the 7th Heaven Bar. So it looking like they kept the scene that CyberConnect 2 was working on. If you go boot up the Steam version on PS4, as well as I think the PC would also have it, if you look at the trailer, you will see a similar scene there. So they didn't scrap everything CyberConnect 2 worked on, I guess, which is nice. They were able to salvage some of the assets. And now we get the actual opening scene from the original PS1, or where it kicks off. So nostalgic seeing this again. Particles look absolutely incredible. I'm wondering what that's about. Because in the original, I don't remember her looking like down in the alleyway. I think she just came out to this opening here, and then we went to the overhead view. So I wonder if they're going to add more to the story. Maybe that hallway will somehow become story relevant. Because they're in the other trailers, Cloud and Aerith do meet up here. And I think that's where those new spirit mechanics or whatever it's called come out. I'm just calling them that because it's a new thing in the game. Probably not actually a mechanic, it's a new thing, that they're a new element. So here's your overhead view. Look at the attention to detail. Like all of the windows, everything's lit up. All the different buildings. So you can see almost all the offices as you're coming up. Some of them are lit, some of them aren't. You can see the cars moving around on the ground. Yeah, this is going to be a sick game graphically. Square's always been really good at cinematic graphics. I think they're the top in the business. I thought CyberConnect 2 was pretty good with the old Naruto games. But I think Square's #1 in my book. Always has been. Like, they always get whatever they can out of the hardware that they're working on. I cannot wait to play this. Like I said, I'm sad it got bumped a month, but at the same time, like, the polish that it's getting is probably going to be well worth it. Get to see things from the soldier's point of view here. Oh no, where did you go? I wonder where they dumped the other guy. Unless they dumped him on the side of the tracks there. Because he is just gone. So Barrett's got a new tattoo, it looks like.
Get down here, Merc.
So this will be the final version of Cloud as well. That's pretty much it for the trailer. Go back and look at Cloud and Barrett here. That's really the only thing I really want to look at. Whoops. So I think Barrett, this is probably his best design by far. The stuff CyberConnect 2 worked on at the start, like if you go like in chronological order of like all the trailers that were released, and from the time CyberConnect 2 was removed from the project, a lot of the characters have started looking better and better. Not a knock against CyberConnect 2. I think they were just going for a different view than what, you know, Square Enix wanted, which is why they got let go. Like they tried to make Cloud look more like he was Mako poisoned rather than, you know, how he looks now. Because if you look, it's almost like Chun-Li and Dante from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. If you remember looking at those faces, that's what Cloud kind of looked like in this trailer, or in the original opening trailer that CyberConnect 2 announced at E3. But I'm glad to see Barrett looking better. He looks more like how I would imagine Barrett would look. Like, he looks kind of thicker than what the original version looked like, too. It's definitely a good look for Barrett. How I, like I said, I'd picture him being up-resed.
Get down here, Merc.
His voice sounds absolutely incredible. I mean, that's, again, another thing I would imagine Barrett sounding, you know, rough like that. Or having a roughness to his voice. Got away from that pretty quick, don't they? So, like I said, Cloud's face looks a lot better than it did in the opening trailers. This will be the final version of both these characters that we will be getting in the final game. I think his bracer up here looks pretty cool. It's rusted, kind of worn. But I mean, these were clothes that Zach found inside the Nibelheim lab when they were escaping, so it's not too surprising that they look kind of worn out. See the cracks in there on them. But all in all, I'm pretty excited for the game. I cannot wait for, what is it, April 10th? Double check here. Pretty sure it's April 10th. Yeah. That's the new due date for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Let me know what you guys think of it. What do you guys think of the trailer? Can't wait to see like what the rest of the game looks like. Cloud looks absolutely impressive compared to where we started. Barrett, same thing. I'm kind of interested to see where, you know, Sid, Kate Sith, Yuffie, and Vincent all fall, because I don't think we've seen any of those four characters, to my knowledge. We've seen Red, we've seen Aerith obviously in the opening here as well. Barrett, Cloud, Tifa. That's 5. We just haven't seen the other 4. So I'm wondering if they're going to make an appearance in the first game, or if they're going to maybe have their own story in the second game somehow. It'd be interesting, or yeah, it'd be interesting to see like how this all pans out. Because Square's already said it's going to be a multi-story thing, obviously. We've known that from the beginning. It's going to span a couple games. They're not sure how many games. I don't think we've even gotten a direct quote on how many games. But there's going to be a multitude of games. And I've already discussed this in the other videos as well. It'll be pretty interesting to see where they go and how the disc or the game jumping goes, because again, like if you complete the first game here and then game 2 comes out, are you going to be able to transfer your stuff over? It's something that I'm really curious about, which is why I keep bringing it up. I don't know if they've touched on this. I haven't seen anything where they've touched on this yet. So maybe they'll do it as the second game is being developed. But anyways, guys, like I said, let me know down below, what do you think of Final Fantasy VII Remake? Are you excited for it? I know you're probably upset that it got pushed back a month, but again, getting pushed back for polish is never a bad thing. We really don't want them releasing a terrible product just trying to sell the name alone. I'm glad they're putting the time and effort in to actually get this game, you know, looking good, like what the fans would want. There's going to be some things changed, obviously. I'm not sure how I feel about a fleshed out Midgar yet. Is that Midgar was such a small portion of the story, but I'm glad that they're doing something here to kind of, give fans what they want. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.